Hey everybody, 1 second here as I close my door. Just wanted to get on here real quick. For fuck's sakes. Real quick to me is usually half an hour. Let me just put this on. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Bought a new headphone set. Waiting for that. Should be here by Monday because unfortunately this one's not working too well. Razer, not that cheap either, but anyways, it's made me a lot of money, so I guess I can't complain. Still kind of sucks. I hate wasting money buying new things when I don't really have to, but everything's made in Ching Chong, China, and it doesn't really last that long. Even if you spend $100 on a pair of headphones, it doesn't last that long. So now I'm spending 40 bucks, and the reviews are 4.3 out of 5 on Amazon. So, and my son's had his for 2 years, so I bought the exact same ones. I really hate wasting money on just buying the same garbage over and over again. Anyways, so today we're going to talk about Bill Gates. Billy Gates, Billy Snakes, whatever you want to call that little dirtbag. And then we're going to talk about the lockdowns and how the WHO said they don't work. Funny how they say that 8 months later. It took them 8 months to figure out they don't work. Genius. But of course, they come out saying things at specific times for specific reasons. There's no, oh, sorry, we made a mistake. It's not how it works. They're just covering their ass. But anyways, let me just get started here and share screen. Let's do Bill Gates here first, I guess. So anyways, here, this is from the NBC channel on YouTube. Here in quotes it says, "We don't want politicians saying which COVID drugs should be approved." This is coming directly from Bill Gates' mouth. Now, what you have to understand, obviously, the reason he's saying that, most people, well, not most people watching this channel, just most people wearing masks don't understand. They just can't see a step ahead of them. It's sad, but it's the way it is. Can everybody hear me? Can you guys all hear me here, I hope? Hopefully everybody can hear me. It looks like the volumes are working. But anyways, let's go back to that YouTube channel. Now, the reason Bill Gates is saying this, not because he wants to discredit politicians in general. He wants to discredit Donald Trump because he used that new drug, I forget the name of it. Regardless of if it works or not, Bill Gates doesn't want you to use it because he is promoting vaccines that he's funding, and he wants to make back a 20-to-1 return on his investment on those vaccines. So if everyone rushes out and starts asking for the same clinical drug that was used to get Trump better, well then Bill Gates is SOL. He's going to lose billions of dollars, or however much money that shitbag spent on his trials. And then also the whole New World Order agenda just takes a huge dump, flushed right down the toilet, because of course one of the trials being used is a Moderna, which actually changes your DNA. And obviously he's funding the digital ID that will be able to see if you've been vaccinated, and will eventually be able to see where you are and have all your financial information, all that stuff. Eventually, not yet. So he's got a vested interest of not getting people to follow in Donald Trump's footsteps using that experimental drug or whatever the hell it is for COVID. But let's not get in too far with COVID, because of course this whole thing has a survival rate of 99.60%. So you don't need a vaccine. You don't need any experimental drugs. You don't need anything. You just don't need anything. This is nothing but a overhyped up flu. And that's what a lot of people forget when they start doing these videos or people start talking about COVID. Let's remember, it has an almost 100% survival rate. So we don't need any drugs, not from Trump, not from Gates, not from anybody. No one. We don't need it. We don't want it. We just don't have to have this shit at all for any reason whatsoever. 99.60% survival rate. The average age of people dying is roughly 85 years old. So you tell me, is it really necessary? No, it's not. But we keep talking about this stuff, making it seem like it's the only way we're going to get back to normal. And that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. We could get back to normal right fucking now in the next minute if people took off those stupid fucking masks and said enough's enough, non-compliance, I'll do what I want. Thank you. I'll take my chances and live my life. If I die, I'll sign a piece of paper stating if I die today, I will not blame the government or the pharmaceutical companies. I will take full responsibility if I die as a result of not taking any of your shitty vaccines or any of your stupid effing drugs. Thank you very much. Give me the piece of paper and I will sign my life away stating I will not go after you in a court of law if I die. I don't need your crap. No one needs your crap except for you guys because you want to enslave humanity. You want to make $1 billion. Obviously, right? Very easy to see what's going on here, guys. Very easy to see. Now, do I really want to play this? Like, what you need to understand is Bill Gates actually pays to be on these fucking programs. It's not like he's doing it because whoever the shitty journalist, I hate this guy, I forget his name. Such a cheeseball douche. Not like they're not all cheeseballs, douchebags, but maybe should I play that? Let me just stop sharing the screen for a sec. Okay, 1 second here. I always forget how to do this. I'll share the audio. Okay, now we'll go and do that. So we'll play this a little bit here. Sorry I get hyped up, but in all honesty, this whole thing should have been ended a long time ago. 8 months later, we're still playing this stupid charade because people don't want to look at anything except for the media for 3 seconds and then go on with their daily life. Guess what? You're not going to have any daily life if you keep going along with this charade. It's ridiculous that people just don't want to look at anything. Meanwhile, we've had the internet for over 20 years now, but hey, anything on the internet's fake. Whatever comes off TV news on my flat screen television hanging on the wall, well, that is something I should trust. Really? 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 After all these years, you guys still feel this way? After all these years? It's just sickening. And I can't, the more mad you get, it's like throwing, I don't know, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like yelling into a crowd of zombies because they just don't know what you're talking about and you're just fighting against the wind. How am I supposed to inform millions of people when no one gives a shit? I got 2 people watching, so 2 people care about what I have to say right now. Thank you for caring, guys. I appreciate it. Anyways, let's play this clip here real quick.
At least not yet. But when a vaccine becomes available, Bill Gates will be ready. The Gates Foundation has committed some $350 million.
Shit. I really need to get, 1 sec here. Sorry about this. Okay, let's do screen sharing again. Like, are people even hearing what I have to say? Is it even coming from my headphones? I don't even know. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put on my headphones and see if it works. Okay, it's coming from my headphones now. They can hear it better. I gotta wait for my new headphones, guys. These stupid headphones keep going in and out. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, let's share the screen. Let's share a Chrome tab for the Gates interview. Is that on? Yes, it's on. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Because these monoclonal antibodies, he has called this cocktail that he got, this experimental cocktail he got, he has called it a cure. Now, this is something you've been talking about too as well, and I think the foundation has supported research on this. Could this become the leading therapeutic for the coronavirus as we go forward?
Yeah, the word cure is inappropriate because it won't work for everyone. But yes, of all the therapeutics, this is the most promising. And so we've been working with the companies doing antibodies. We reserved factory capacity all the way back in the...
Anyway, so what, I don't know if I want to play the whole thing. Basically, what's going on here is this is basically a war of billionaires You got Trump on one side, supposedly, which I think he is trying to help humanity from the looks of it. And then you got Bill Gates saying, hey, no, over here, come on to my side. I got the right drugs. I'm the one spending all the money funding all the trials. So trust me, trust me, trust me. So it's a war of billionaires is what we're seeing. And us peons below are basically having to look at, okay, it's like a tennis match. And whose side are you on? Are you on the Bill Gates side or are you on the Trump side? It depends on what you believe, but at the end of the day, who's going to make who's going to make most of the money? Is it going to be Bill Gates or is it going to be Trump? Obviously, it's going to be Bill Gates, and obviously he's got a lot of nefarious, sneaky little things in his vaccines that he's developing. So I'm not on Bill Gates' side. I'm more on Trump's side, but I'm always cautious about who I trust. And obviously, if there's a vaccine, I'm not going to get a vaccine from Bill Gates. And I'm not going to get a vaccine from Trump because I don't need a vaccine for a virus that has an over 99% survival rate. It really doesn't make any sense to me to take any vaccines for this stupid, ridiculous nonsense. But I don't want to play this whole thing. He goes into the whole thing for half an hour. I don't want to play half an hour of the stuff and bore everybody. But at the end of the day, it's completely unnecessary to take any type of vaccines for this. But obviously, your choice. If you want to change your DNA and risk losing your humanity and risk dying, it's your choice, I guess, right? Okay, let's just close that now, stop the sharing of that. And then we're going to go share another article here. The World Health Organization. So let's just read this. So, global catastrophe, World Health Organization envoy urges end to coronavirus pandemic lockdowns. This guy looks creepy as hell. Nabarro's message comes with lockdowns under fire by scientists and doctors. Funny thing is, why didn't they talk about this at least a month after, 2 months? No, he's talking about the lockdowns are not good to end the coronavirus pandemic. This is 8 months later. How many people have already died as a result of overdoses, suicides, starvation, poverty, and everything else underneath the sun? Meanwhile, 8 months later, the WHO comes in as the saviors of humanity once again. Not so fast, though. First of all, you're a creepy scumbag, and he looks like he's wearing a Halloween mask. Look at this guy's teeth. Look at all the wrinkles on his face. He looks like he's wearing a Halloween mask, literally. So a leading World Health Organization official, and it's David Nabarro, has urged governments to stop using lockdowns as their primary method of fighting the coronavirus pandemic, citing the devastating economic and public health consequences. But one thing we need to understand, guys, is this. Do we actually think that the governments are actually going to change anything? Do we think that these governments are actually going to follow the WHO when it comes to ending the lockdowns? From what I see, no, it doesn't look like it. We'll find out in the next week if they actually follow their guidelines. But I think this is just a way for the WHO to basically come in and say, you know what, we told them to do it and they didn't listen. That's not our problem. We are the World Health Organization. We're here to dictate world health. And these governments should have followed suit, but blame your government because they're the ones who didn't listen to us. It's their fault, not ours. Is that what they're doing? Probably that's what I think they are doing. And obviously the WHO is an entity that was created by the Rockefeller family many, many moons ago, and obviously should not be trusted. They're run by a Ethiopian terrorist, Ted Ross, and funded by Bill Gates. So like, what else do you really need to know at this point? Anyways, let's just go back to the article. So he said here that we in the World Health Organization do not advocate lockdowns as the primary means of controlling the virus. He said the lockdowns may result in a doubling of world poverty, which is true. I did a video on that stating that the poverty level is going to go up another 150 million people, CNN said, will happen as a result of the COVID measures, COVID lockdowns. And at least of doubling of child malnutrition. So children are going to die. Everyone's going to die as a result of all this crap. Did they know this was coming? Obviously. This is a terrible, ghastly global catastrophe. But the thing is, if you're working if you're part of the World Health Organization, isn't your job to monitor what's going on as a result of the measures taken in regards to COVID-19? You work for WHO, right, Navarro? So why did it take you 8 months? Where the hell were you the last 8 months when this whole thing was going on? What were you doing? What the fuck were you doing? Seriously. This is why no one has any faith in health officials. Well, some suckers do, but I have no faith in health officials. I don't have no faith in doctors. I have no faith in governments or anything that's telling me what to do. I have no faith in experts, because experts can easily be bought off and paid and bought off, and they're corrupt and they're blackmailed and all this other garbage. So now he's appealing to world leaders to stop using lockdowns as their primary control method. Here's the problem. Did I see this on any local news? No. Did I see this on CNN? No. So this information is not even getting out that much. It's on the Washington Times, yes. But when it comes to real big world news organizations, no, it's not coming out. It's not coming out on Global News, which is a Canadian countrywide media organization as well. Right? Because they don't want, they put this out there, but they don't actually put it out there everywhere. So it's like in everyone's eyes. Because if everybody knew about this, everybody would be screaming from the rooftops. Even the sheeple who are begging for the lockdowns, even the sheeple begging for masks to be mandated, would start to question things if this comes out of the local news. And I don't think it will. I really don't. We can actually go to Global News. Let me see here. Let's go to Global News and see what's going on there. I'll close that. And let's go to Global News. And let's see what these dirtbags are. Is it this one? I think it is. Let's see if it's on here. They just talk about the benefits and stuff. It's all about COVID crap. It's so boring. Health Canada has another 5 sanitizers to the recall list. What you need to know about temporary layoffs. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. That's interesting. So no, they don't talk about that. So that's the thing. They don't talk about what we need them to talk about. They talk about everything else underneath the sun to scare us, discredit us, and keep us in fear. So why would we trust anybody through media? They're there to sway opinions. These are corporations that have people trying to sway our opinions. Let's close that. And let's go over here for a minute. So here it says Facebook will ban advertisements discouraging public from getting vaccinated. So here we are at the vaccine agenda again here. So basically, if you're buying ads to discredit getting a COVID vaccine or any other vaccines, including the flu vaccines, guess what? They're not going to like that too much. Let me just play that on here. So why would we trust Global? Why would we trust Facebook? We should all have a choice. And now they're basically telling us explicitly discourage people from they'll start banning ads that explicitly discourage people from getting vaccinated. But if they have ads explicitly encouraging people from getting vaccinated, that's completely okay. It's funny how that works. Right? Once again, why would I want to get a vaccine for a virus, COVID-19, that has a survival rate of 99%? And these vaccines, if they really did work, what do they work? They work a maximum of 50, 60%, so they don't even completely work as well. So once again, just more garbage, more nonsense, and this is just the way our world works. Nothing makes sense. Everything is ridiculous, and everything is bought and paid for by special interest groups who want to make money off of us. There's nothing real going on ever. It's just all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. And what's this one here? Let me see this. 1 second, folks. Okay, so then I'm going to share this other thing here. We'll just talk about the march coming up here shortly. Where is that? Is that it? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is let me just put that in here. This is the march coming up on Saturday. and Sunday. The march is in downtown Vancouver. Hopefully everyone watching this, which is basically one person, I don't know, I understand more people will be watching it after it goes live on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else. But you need to come to this march. We oppose lockdowns, censorship, mask mandates, vaccine mandates, quarantine, travel bans, social distancing, contact tracing, and government orders. Basically, we expose anything that's tyrannical, anything that impedes on our freedoms, which is pretty much everything that the media and governments are doing and health officials. So it starts at 12 o'clock Saturday and Sunday at 12, and it ends at 5 on Saturday and 4 on Sunday. Vancouver Art Gallery. These special guest speakers, they should have made this more clear. These people are not going to be at the event live. They're going to be live via live stream because, of course, nobody wants to fly and then you have to quarantine in their country of origin for 2 weeks. So everything is live streamed. We've got Dr. Rashid Buttar, Del Bigtree, David Wolf, David and Garrick Ike, Mickey Willis, I don't know who she is, Robert Scott Bell, Ted Coons, Tanya Gaw, and more. And it's going to be a great event. It's going to be a really good event for the simple fact that there's going to be thousands of Canadian patriots from all across Western Canada, and in fact, there's a convoy coming all the way from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, coming right across the prairies, right across Alberta into British Columbia, and they're going to have a convoy of people with Canadian flags, banners, and everything coming all the way from there, coming down Highway 1. I'll probably be trying to catch them. I'm going to be videotaping them, probably live stream from one of the overpasses in Burnaby or Vancouver, and I'll take some video footage of that. That should be pretty cool, seeing those guys roll into Vancouver. So I'll be watching them via live stream. You can catch their live stream on Facebook. Just look for Mark Friesen, MarkFriesen. He's the Grizzly Patriot. And he said he's going to be live streaming on and off throughout the event. So that'll be pretty cool to see that while they're, on their convoy into Vancouver, all across the prairie. So check that out. And I don't know what else I have really much more to say here. What's this? Let me just double check. One sec here, guys. I got to show the Bloomberg article. Yes, I think I'll do that as well. Turn off screen sharing, turn it back on. We'll go to the Chrome tab. So here, let me just turn this on. Here, this is from, what the fuck is that? What's going on here? Ah, you bastard. Okay, one second here. I gotta find this. I'm just gonna have to Google this. 99% of people in Italy had underlying issues. Let's go to that. New York Post. Yeah, we'll do the New York Post. They won't. Okay, we'll just do this right now. Let me just close this and use this once again. Is this the right one? Let's share that. It's a New York Post article. Okay, perfect. And we'll just put my head in the bottom right there. So here's a New York Post article. It's funny, this is from March, basically 5 days after the lockdown started. So over 99% of the coronavirus patients in Italy had other health problems. More than 90% of corona patients who died in Italy suffer from other pre-existing health conditions. Nearly half the COVID victims suffered from at least high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease. 75% had high blood pressure, high diabetes. The average age of the victim was 79.5. The number of deaths in the country surpassed 2,500 this week. So, once again, it's the same old story. It's just right in our face, but no one seems to understand it. Everybody who died had underlying issues. Everyone who died was an old person over, basically, they're 79.5. Here in Vancouver, Canada, British Columbia, it's like 85, the stat. I think it's 85 or 82. Anyways, everyone is basically over 80 years old with underlying issues in healthcare homes. Once again, where's the pandemic? And people, The thing is, you talk to people and they understand this. Oh, I'm just wearing the mask because I have grandparents. But you're changing the way we do everything in our society as a result of this pandemic. So you're worried about these older folks with underlying health issues, but everyone doesn't give a shit about unborn kids and abortion. So I don't understand why everyone's head is in their asses, but this is where we are in this country and in this world. It still is the same fucking thing. I don't know. I just wanted to do a quick report today. Just a couple things I wanted to get off my chest, I guess. Actually, one more thing here. We'll put this on the screen. Just let's share this other Chrome tab here. So here we are in this. Is it here? Okay, put that. Here we go. Perfect. So this is from March 22nd, a couple days later. Doctors push for lockdown warns BC could be like Italy. But in Italy, everyone who died was old people. So once again, if this is just affecting old people, why is the whole city locked down? Why is the whole city in a state of fear? Why are people wearing masks everywhere like a bunch of retards? Because the media scared everybody into submission, and they scared us into submission as well, making it seem like we were going to become just like Italy, when of course we never were like Italy, and we locked down, and we're still locking down here. Not the whole province, but obviously all the bars are closed, strip bars, nightclubs. You can't get booze after 10 o'clock and all this other nonsense. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a tinfoil hat guy working out of my home studio, right? It's just stupid. Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. I really don't know what else to say about this stuff. It's out of control, and I really don't know when it's going to end. For me, I haven't really changed anything. I've gone to many protests, marches, whatever you're going to call it. I've never worn these stupid masks unless it's to make fun of the whole situation. I've pretty much done everything the complete opposite of what the WHO said. I've done the complete opposite of what Dr. Bonnie Henry has said. I've done the opposite of what the media has told me to do. You know why? Because I'm not scared. There's nothing to be scared of. The only thing I'm scared about is the media lying to us, the government destroying our lives, which they are in the middle of doing, and everyone around me henpecking me into submission. That's what I'm scared of. And that's what I'm really sick of, is these people not cluing in and not understanding that, hey, you know what? You're being led down a path that pretty soon you can't turn back from. You want to wear a mask, go ahead. But once you take the vaccine, you don't even really know what the hell's in it, and you don't know what it's going to do to you. They're not even doing any animal testing, and you take the vaccine, you could really screw yourself. And that day is coming much closer than we all think. It's going to be either coming late this year or sometime next year. And that's why we're all in this state of limbo right now, is because everyone's waiting for the vaccine. Once the vaccine comes out, hey, we can get back to normal, guys. All you need to do is take this delicious vaccine that's going to destroy your humanity and wreck your immune system possibly. But that's why we're in limbo. It's all about getting the vaccine out. But the thing is, that vaccine has most likely been created because why do they need to make a vaccine for a virus that has a 99% survival rate? They don't. They're making a vaccine for another reason, if you haven't clued in yet. They're not making a vaccine to save us from this COVID BS, because like I said, you don't need a vaccine for something that has basically a 100% survival rate unless you have underlying issues and you're over 80 years old. Really, okay? Oh, you're a grandma killer, this and that. That's what I think about that. It's got nothing to do with grandma killing and being an asshole. It's about being logical. How many people have died from suicides? How many people have died from being in extreme poverty in Africa and in India as a result of these ridiculous lockdowns? Even the World Health Organization has come out and saying, stop the lockdown. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? It tells you the lockdowns don't work. It tells you that millions more people will die as a result of the lockdowns, not from COVID-19. But hey, I'm talking to deaf ears. I'm preaching to the choir. I'm telling people that already understand what's going on. Share this information. Share this on Facebook if you're watching our Facebook. If you're watching it on Twitter, retweet this. We need to get the word out. We need to share this. I know a lot of people just don't care. They don't want to think. They want to come home and drink their beer and relax. Can't do that anymore. You can't watch hockey and all this other garbage and thinking everything is going to go back to normal. Look how long it's been, 8 months, nothing's got back to normal for a virus that has an over 99% survival rate. You got to wonder, why are they doing this if this virus has a 99% survival rate and they pretty much wrecked everything, they've changed society in a bunch of different formats for all this. People wearing masks everywhere, kids wearing masks in schools. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? That's what you have to ask yourself. And if you're not willing to ask yourself that tough question, then you're going to get the wrong answer. The wrong answer being that if you take the vaccine, you could really screw up yourself, your kids, and your friends and family. So start speaking up before it's too late. And we're basically speeding on this highway to hell with no brakes in the car and blindfolded. Everyone's blindfolded. We're down highway to hell here, and we have no brakes. And people just still don't want to see it. I'm telling you, I see people everywhere wearing masks, especially in Vancouver. It's sick. I go to the grocery store yesterday. I put that video up on Twitter and on Parler. And hey, man, everyone's wearing these stupid effing masks like a bunch of donkeys. I don't care if you're doing it because you don't want to have a weird, dirty look. Forget about all that crap. It doesn't matter. If people want to give me a dirty look, I stare right back at them and I stare them down because I don't give a shit. If you're a moron and you're putting in a mask on because you don't want to offend other people and you don't want to get looked down upon, what are you going to do when the vaccine happens? Are you going to take that vaccine like a good little sheep? Maybe you are. Maybe you deserve to take it, because if you're not willing to stand up for your rights now, then you're probably not going to be willing to stand up for your life when the vaccine comes out. And that's what it pretty much comes down to. It's coming down to the wire. It's basically life or death. And we're already 2 way down this highway to hell freeway of destruction. And no, a lot of people just don't want to see it. They just don't want to see it. It's looking at you in the eyes and you still don't want to see it. I don't know what it's going to take to get people out of their fucking trance. And yeah, I'm at a loss for words most days. Waking up, and sometimes I kind of forget about things, and then also I'm like, oh yeah, that's stupid. This whole BS charade of garbage is still going on. Like, seriously, sometimes I forget about it. And that's part of the reason why they want to make masks mandatory. They want all these signs. They want you to remember that we're in a pandemic, a state of emergency. The only state of emergency is on your computer screen or on your television screen. There's no state of emergency when you go outside if you don't see people with masks and if you don't see signs everywhere. So that's why they put that everywhere, to remind you, hey, this is a big deadly thing. Don't forget about it when you're going outside. That's why they're doing it. And that's why when you go online, you see all these stupid, oh, get notified about COVID-19, this and that. So that's why you see it everywhere from all these different websites and these tech companies. They want to keep you in a state of perpetual fear, when in reality, the only thing you should be fearing is your government, your tech companies, and your pharmaceutical giants, who are all working in concert to destroy what's left of the minds of men and women across this great planet we call Earth. But how long more? How long? We got like a year, maybe. Well, if we look at next year, at the end of the year, so we got about what? Maybe 14 months until the vaccines comes out. And then shit's going to get real. Shit's going to get real when the vaccines comes out, when the vaccines come out, and everything's going to change in an instant. We're going to see what effects they have. And maybe they won't destroy a lot of people in the first shot, but in that video on NBC that I played in the beginning, I don't want to play the whole half-hour thing. They state, Bill Gates states that we're going to need at least 2 vaccines for COVID. Probably they're going to just continue. Once they see how people submit to this vaccine agenda, why would he stop? He's going to make so much money from all the dummies ready to roll up their sleeves and get a needle plunged into their arm that they're never going to stop. And that's the problem with all you shitbag idiots. Once you follow in line, there's no end to the amount of vaccines and torture we're going to be in for, because you retard, moronic, monkey idiots are letting yourselves be led down this path. It's not going to change. It's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse until you stand up. And some of you are not going to be able to stand up because you're going to get the vaccine, and we absolutely do not know what's going to happen to you. if we get the vaccine from Moderna, it's going to change your DNA, then all bets are off. Who knows what's going to happen? You're probably going to end up dying. Like, I have no clue. No one knows. They know, but we don't know. And I'm not willing to find out with me or my friends or my kids and stuff like that, my family. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know, man. It's out of control. Maybe I'll go take a look here at InfoWars and see what they're saying here. And I'll share that with you. InfoWars.com. 1 second here. Let's go see what Jones is talking about. Okay, maybe I'll just share that for a second. Infowars.com. Okay, so where's Infowars? There he is. CDC admits 85% of COVID infected patients always or often wore masks. So if you're getting COVID, then you're one of the dummies wearing the mask constantly. Right? The masks don't work, obviously. Bill Gates says world will not return to normal until a lot of people take a second COVID vaccine. So like I said, you're not going to just get one vaccine, you're going to get two. And the election's coming up. Over 10 million US voters have already cast ballots. What else is there here? For former Australian senator claims Great Reset is the real agenda behind COVID panic. Well, the Great Reset, yes, crash the economy, bring in their digital currency, get everybody with a digital ID, Agenda 21, Agenda 30, blah, 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 right? It's just, yep. 2035, work from home if you get chipped. Okay, let's read what that says here. Work from home if you get chipped. People with an underskin chip will have an advantage, wow, in finding work by 2035, say Microsoft partner company Citrix. Yeah, no thanks. Don't be needing to get chipped. The only chips I like are potato chips. Mrs. Vicky's is my favorite. I like Doritos, and I also like Smart Pop. But any kind of chips underneath my skin, no thanks. The only chip I want is in my mouth, as in potato chips. Mrs. Vicky's salt and vinegar chips. Also, you can see on the screen there, bitshoot.com/real truth report. Just in case I get banned off of YouTube, I already have one strike now as a result of me live streaming from Whole Foods, talking about how fake this whole thing is and blah, 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 blah. I've got one more day on that ban, but I'm going to start putting more stuff on bitshoot.com because it seems like that's where all the guys getting banned from YouTube are going. So, I've been posting there for a while, but I'm going to continue posting there. So if you can't find my stuff on YouTube, just go to BitChute or just type in Real Truth Report, no spaces, into Google, and everything, every single platform I'm on will be there. So that's about it, guys. I don't want to ramble on any longer than I have to, which I've already done as usual. But see you guys on Saturday. Make sure you guys show up. It should be sunny and decently warm. Today the weather's kind of sketchy in Vancouver, but I know on Saturday and Sunday it's going to be sunny with clouds, probably 14, 15 degrees, which is not too bad considering it's whatever. It's fall in Vancouver. It's not summer anymore. As long as the sun's out, that's all I really care about, and it's not like freezing below zero type thing. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and share this video on social media. Thanks again, guys, and stay safe. Stay smart. Don't stay safe. There's nothing to stay safe from except from tyrannical governments, tech companies that censor you, and media or medical companies that want to plunge a needle in your arm and make money off of you. And Bill Gates, be very scared of him. Thanks a lot, guys. All the best to you.